The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello, welcome to the Papyrus TV News Update. First, the headlines. Military links terror resurgence to foreign fighters. As one federal government, don't phase out Tet Fund. Tinubu Mon Chief Akinsanya Ajose. Senator Olorimi Mon Honorable Adewumi Onanuga. Enugu partners with Landmark Africa to revamp Nike Lake. Governors, Tax Reforms Committee agree on reversed VAT sharing formula. Widows of fallen heroes in Gombe appeal for empowerment programs. Now the news in details. The Defense Headquarters, DHQ, has attributed the recent surge in terrorist activities in Nigeria's northeast and northwest to an influx of foreign fighters supported by local informants. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, disclosed this during a press conference in Abuja, emphasizing the challenges posed by the foreign reinforcement from the Sahel region. The resurgence in terror attack is largely due to foreign fighters and local collaborators who provide information about troops movement, he said. Despite these challenges, the military remain committed to defeating terrorism. Major General Buba revealed that 156 terrorists were neutralized and 464 suspects were arrested last week. Troops also rescued 181 kidnapped victims and seized a significant catch of weapons and ammunition. In the Niger Delta, security forces destroyed illegal refining sites and recovered over 705,000 liters of stolen crude oil and other refined products. Additionally, 18 suspected kidnappers and gun runners were arrested in Plateau and Kaduna State, and 18 kidnapped persons were rescued in the Plateau-Taraba border region. Major General Buba reiterated that defeating terrorism requires collective effort, adding, "Security is everyone's business. The military is here for you. Let's work together to ensure a safer Nigeria." Moving on, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Sokoto Zone, has urged the federal government to reconsider plan to phase out the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund. Speaking at a press conference in Sokoto, ASU Chairman Professor Abubakar Sabo stressed that TED Fund has been instrumental in transforming Nigerian tertiary institutions over the past 3 decades. He warned that diverting TED Fund's resources to fund the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, will cripple public universities. When you destroy TED Fund, you destroy public universities, Sabo said, accusing some elites of attempt to weaken public education to disadvantage the poor. Sabo criticized the government's recent tax reform proposal, which he claimed were developed without consulting stakeholders in the education sector. He proposed that NEL Fund should be financed from value-added tax, VAT, instead of TED Fund's existing revenue. Highlighting TED Fund's achievement, he noted that 90% of infrastructure in Nigerian universities, polytechnics, and College of Education is funded by the agency. Let the act initiated in 1993 remain intact. If you need funds for NEL Fund, explore new avenues, he emphasized. Sabo also condemned rising tuition fees, stating they will push students to take burdensome loans, further marginalizing the poor. Also urged the government to prioritize grants over loan, maintain TED Fund, and increase education funding to meet global standards. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expressed deep sorrow over the passing of Chief Akinsanya Sonny Ajose, a former Lagos State head of service and APC leader. Chief Ajose died on Thursday, January 16, 2025, at the age of 78. In a statement by his advisor, Bayo Ononuga, President Tinubu praised Ajose as an astute administrator and a unifying force in Lagos politics. He recalled Ajose's role in reforming the civil service during his tenure as Lagos governor, describing him as a pivotal to the success of various policies. Pa Ajose's immense contribution to Badagry and Lagos state development will never be forgotten. He was a loyal leader and an important partner in progress, Tinubu said. The president extended his condolences to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the government, and the people of Lagos, praying for strength for Ajose's family and eternal rest for his soul. Similarly, the First Lady, Senator Olorimi Tinubu, has expressed shock over the sudden demise of Honorable Adewumi Oriyomi Onanuga, the Deputy Chief Whip of the House of Representatives. In a personal statement issued on Thursday, the First Lady described Onanuga's passing as a great loss to Nigeria, Ogun State, and women in politics. She praised the late legislator's leadership quality and dedication to her constituents in Ikene, Shagamu, Remo North Federal Constituency. Honorable Onanuga's demise is a significant blow to her family, the legislature, and the nation. I pray Almighty God grants her loved ones the fortitude to bear this loss, she stated. The First Lady extended her condolences to Governor Dapo Abiodun, the Ogun State government, and the House of Representatives, praying for repose of Onanuga's soul. Furthermore, the Enugu State Governor has sealed a partnership with Landmark African Group to revitalize Nike Lake Resort. Under the Public-Private Partnership, PPP, the state government will provide the resort as an asset, while Landmark will oversee its operations and invest 10 billion naira in the initial phase. Governor Peter Mba lauded the initiative as pivotal to his vision of growing Enugu's economy to $30 billion within the 6 years. Landmark aims to transform the resort into a top-tier destination, attracting 2 million annual visitors, creating jobs, and boosting internal generated revenue, IGR. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Mba emphasized the importance of infrastructure development, including the ongoing dualization of Enugu-Opi, Nsukka Road, to enhance business opportunities. He pledged continuous government support to ensure investors reap return of their investment. Landmark Africa CEO Paul Owunibe praised Mba's infrastructural stride and promised to restore Nike Lake Resort to its former glory or even better, while creating employment and driving tourism growth. Also, governors of Nigeria's 36 states and the Presidential Tax Reform Committee has agreed on a new value-added tax VAT sharing formula. The reverse structure allocates 50% based on equality, 30% on derivation, up from 20%, and 20% on population, down from 30%. The consensus marked a breakthrough after prolonged debate. The governors also emphasized the need to modernize Nigerian tax law without increasing the VAT rate or reducing corporate income tax, CIT. Essentially, goods and agriculture produce will remain VAT-exempt to protect citizens and boost production. Northern leaders have previously rejected aspects of the tax reform, citing regional inequalities. They called for policies ensuring fairness and equitable resource distribution. Meanwhile, the Senate projected a 100 trillion aggregate expenditure for the 2026 fiscal year, with plans to free up funds held by organizations like the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. Senate President Godswill Akpabio urged stakeholders to prioritize Nigerian welfare in the 2025 budget deliberations. The Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP, also revealed it has saved Nigeria 1.9 trillion naira from contract fraud since its inception in 2007, emphasizing its role in combating corruption in public procurement. Widows of fallen military heroes in Gombe State have called on the government to introduce empowerment initiatives to alleviate their financial burden amid the worsening economic hardship. Salome Titles, the Gombe State coordinator of the Military Widows Association, shared her ordeal following the death of her husband, Captain Ishaya Titles, who died in the line of duty. Speaking at the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day and road-laying event in Gombe, she highlighted the struggles widows face in providing for their families. Life is not easy when you are two, let alone being the only one. Since my husband's untimely death, God has been my strength. But the daily challenges of paying school fees, medical bills, and feeding in this harsh economy are overwhelming, she said. Titus also decried delay in receiving husband's entitlement, stating that some widows have been waiting for their benefits since 2011. She urged the government to assist in securing these benefits and to implement empowerment programs tailored to widows' needs. Widows mandated me to demand from the government not just assistance in securing their husband's benefit, but also empowerment initiative that can sustain us and our children, she concluded. This has been the Papyrus TV Africa.
The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't